Hey y'all. Maybe the sun is too bright. I'm always trying to get the right angle so you can enjoy the view and not just me. Okay, I want to get right into it today. Hello everyone. I am your host of this revival. I am the Rev Coach. But I am LaTanya Taylor, affectionately known as the Rev Coach, the Juicy Spirit Mama, the Coach's Coach, and the Priestess of Passion. And I have been moving through this revival with you very organically. It started very organically. It is being delivered very organically. I actually feel like I am birthing something. My body has been experiencing coming out symptoms. Your body will experience coming out symptoms when you answer the call as well. I feel so connected to myself in ways that I haven't been for years. And today I was doing my work. With my people, my accountability partners, and we started to talk about emotions and the energy of emotions and holding on to emotions and places that they hide. And I realized that there was other parts of my own story that I hadn't told. So today I want to talk to you about the basics of manifesting. The basics of manifesting. So many of you are in position to manifest, wanting to manifest, talking about manifesting, doing the work, and sometimes we have a tendency to feel delayed, or we feel a great sense of urgency if we have been distracted or taking our time for some reason. And so for me, I was sharing with my accountability partners, and we were talking about how nothing just happens, really. Well, at least we were kind of getting to how nothing just happens. And both of them had shared their story, but we tend to start our story in the middle. Even when we are in the process of owning our shit, so to speak, if we are in the process of re-examining choices that we made, and particularly those who study spirituality, you get it. You're like at this point sometimes where it's like, I get it. Okay, I can see how I'm a creator. Each one of us is our powerful manifestors. If you're watching this live, thank you for being here, and you are a powerful manifester. And I'm going to show you how you are a powerful manifester. You are a powerful manifester because everything in your life you participated in some way, with the exception of your innocence and abuse. Okay? So we have that. It doesn't matter if you don't know metaphysics and it doesn't matter how many books you've read or if you've gone to university or have an ordination and all of that stuff. I know that some of us have evolved in our spiritual understanding. I get that. So that is going to have to be another investment of time to fully understand how we create our own life, to fully understand how we have manifested our own life. And so if you have watched days 1 through 7, you've seen that I have shared portions of my story. Well, we were talking about work and, how long I felt, because I've known my purpose for a long time. And I've been walking in my purpose, but for many ways, I was treating my business like a hobby. Because my 9-to-5 job was my security for many years. And even though my coach initially told me that, I should just jump out there and trust, he was hitting a muscle for me that, like, absolutely not. Like, because security is my crack. I like to feel secure. And this may be you. Our addictions show up in the things that we call good things. Our addictions show up in the things that are safety. And so I was talking and sharing about when I started to become so pregnant with my purpose. I had already done a lot of work and coaching and study and all of this stuff, and I just knew it was just uncomfortable, right? I even had the experience of being diagnosed with fibroids and having them removed, and I knew that I was at a crossroads because that was a spiritual experience. Because my body had basically spoken to me about areas where I knew that something wasn't right, and I had a doctor that was dismissive, that was telling me, oh, you're fine, it's nothing, because she was religious, she was a Christian, and so she didn't believe that I should be having sex before marriage or anything like that. So not that I was sexually active, but so she dismissed it as something that was urgent. Now, of course, I've since talked to my doctor. I love her because she was going through her own pilgrimage with her faith. But at the time that she said that, it was detrimental to me. And I remember bringing up, things, like I had not gotten pregnant, and I just didn't understand, and I felt like there was something there, but I ignored it. And so I'm giving you I'm going to try to condense this story because there are details of this that I have told before if you've worked with me in coaching and if you get on the Sunday prayer call and that type of thing. But I remember when I had done all the testing and all of the investigation, when I went to the doctor for the final interview with the surgeon, because I had some CAT scans and all these things done, MRIs, all these things. And they had decided that I would have to have surgery. And I knew fibroids represent aborted visions, dreams deferred, holding on to emotions and anger. And so I'm just processing myself because, mind you, I'd gone to the doctor alone. That's another thing we as women do. But I did have my sister. But this particular day, I didn't call her, and because every time the doctor would stir around in my womb, I would get another download. Remember, that's my gift. That's my clairvoyance, even for myself. And so this time I'm riding down BW Parkway in Maryland on my way to Calvert County. It's a long ride, right? And I heard, because I knew it. And then I heard, yes, but this is what you do. You're loyal to everybody else except yourself. Now, this is the precursor of another phase of recovery because I started to do my work. I did Reiki, I was doing body therapy, I was in therapy, I was doing all of this stuff. And then I remember my energy level started to come back up. I was walking. I was manifesting many ahas and healing. And so I manifested an ideal job. It was perfect timing. I wasn't in a position where I could just launch my business full time. At least I didn't think I could at that time. So I had been doing multi-level marketings, getting burned with that and just not enjoying it and that type of thing because it wasn't what God had called me to do. And so I manifested this awesome. I was basically the deputy director and trainer at a nonprofit organization, helped build it from the ground. not from the ground. It had already gotten a leak, but then it fell because the executive director had left. And so someone who I'd worked with before called me in because she knew my skill level with public and private partnerships. So fast forward the tape, we are really building this organization, training. But all this that I'm seeing myself do, I'm asking myself, and why aren't you doing this for yourself? Mind you, my conversation about loyalty to everything and everybody else, meaning church, ministry, building other people's ministries, other people's visions, even though it was training ground, it was training. And I had mentors who had been telling me, you're ready, just step out there, you're ready, you're good at what you do. LaTanya, you have a gift. I didn't believe fully because remember, security is my addiction. And so at the end, the organization was having some turmoil and they ended up having to downsize. And I was one of the ones that got caught up in the downsize. First, I went to part-time to just totally not just being cut. And I could feel it in the air. Now, mind you, I had started doing another MLM. This time I did the MLM because it felt right and I was with a team of people. And I invested my entire savings. It literally, I had done well by myself. I had saved my money, and I wasn't totally distraught. I was in motion. And I went at this MLM because I went for the money first. That's what I told myself. Well, let me just go on and do this thing and make this money so that I can do my thing. Come on now, talk to me. I might be walking down your avenue. Somebody may be able to relate to that. How we take little detours in order to get the money, but we're not really walking in our purpose. And so, as we were sharing today, I realized that I had never really shared that. I had never really processed that. That was traumatic for me because my security was interrupted. And so I went into the MLM in survival mode. And I stayed in survival mode for another almost 2 years before another contract ended. And then, but I was still doing my work. So when I was doing my work, things were in motion on the inside of me so I could spot it. See, because when you stop doing your work, that is when you can't see what's happening is happening. Okay? So this is a great segue to tell you how to use the past 7 days. If you've heard something, don't just look at it just me telling my story. Look at it and see where you can spot what you got. Because patterns, they don't just go away. You have to keep interrupting patterns for them to go away. And so not just one time. And that's why I refer to our arrogance. Because we tend to think, I got this. I'm going to do this. I did it. So look at the patterns. The patterns have a message. Then, even in looking at the patterns, we may be able to contextualize it to say, yeah, they laid me off. But here's the deep shit box. Here is the deep shit box. You ready? Today. Now, so I talked about patterns, blame, and now I'm about to talk about responsibility and being able to spot this. Because many of you are saying, I'm ready. Now, I'm not talking to the people that are getting ready. I'm talking to people who are saying, I'm ready, but the money's not there. I'm ready, but my child just keeps on cutting up. His student loan is due, or he was working a job and now I got to cover him. You know, it is my child, and I'm ready, but I got this health issue that keeps coming. I'm ready, but now I'm separated from my husband. So, I can't do this because now all of it's on me. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Come on now. I'm ready, but I only got 5 more years before I retire. I'm going to ride this out. I'm ready. But that is resistance that I talked about yesterday. Today, while I was talking to my accountability partners and supporting my sister, we were getting into the depths of how she created something. But we don't go far enough. We don't go all the way to the God mind, to the I am mind. You ready for the deep shit box? While she was talking, I got set free. I said, you know what? For years now, I've been talking about I got laid off. My contract ended. But the truth of the matter is, I created the conditions for me to be abandoned, or to believe that I am being abandoned. Because a part of my story is that feeling like my daddy abandoned me and my mother didn't love me. That's a part of my story. Now, notice how I'm saying it. I'm not saying that it's truth. I'm talking about how I held it. We are always creating. Whether we are conscious, we know spiritual principles, whether we know language or not. And so based off of our trauma, based off of our response to our trauma, based off of our conditions, our environment, we begin creating the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But we call it something else. And in that moment, I had a total pivot. I created conditions based on my belief and that somebody abandoned me. Something abandoned me. I can look back at friendships that I had where I feel like I gave so much. Why are they acting like this? Why won't they respond? Why do they just walk away and don't share or talk or want to solve the issue? Because I attracted more of the same. And so do you. So do you. Come on now, talk to me. It's not conscious. It's not conscious. I know this is some deep shit for Periscope. Everybody want to get on here and just tell y'all some that ain't how I work. This is not even my work. This is just to get you to get out of your way, to get you to show up. This is not even the depths of how deep I go with you in one-on-one coaching or in my programs, especially for the program I got coming up for you all this year. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I thought it was one thing. You remember I told y'all yesterday that we plan a plan and God plans a plan, but God is the best planner. I must have delivered my own self, because last night, after I got off of the Periscope with you all, I got Deathtron sick. It's a good thing I don't look like what I've been through, baby, in 24 hours. But in the middle of feeling better, being so available and open to spirit, I got the download that changed the whole what I'm going to deliver to you all this year. Oh my God. I got not just the name, the title, I got the whole thing. It's already done. See, because all I needed was the clarity. It's already finished. It's already complete. But let me tell you some more, because I just gave you some symptoms. Now let's get into the basics. I gave you my story. I gave you how my story unfolded. I gave you what I'm manifesting. Let's talk about these emotions. As women, we are emotional creatures. And we are either spilling out emotions everywhere, scattering our emotions everywhere, or we're stuffing the emotions down. When we become aware of the emotions, and we begin to look at the emotions, what we tend to do is try to jump from the low vibrational toxic emotions into the wholeness and the happiness before we have done sufficient work. We become impatient and ready to fix it. Fixing is a masculine energy. Healing is the feminine energy. It is the energy of the Holy Spirit. It is the energy of yin energy, of cooling down, slowing down. Okay? Number 2, even with forgiveness, when the incentive is trying to fix it and hurry up and get over it, you are still holding on to it as though something is wrong, but most likely you. So forgiveness is feigned forgiveness. It's not really full. And that is the danger of New Age teaching, of New Age. And some of you are studying it, even those of you who have been radically Christian, and now you're coming out into understanding more of yourself. Because, see, Jesus was a metaphysician. Buddha was a metaphysician. And different variations of even Islam were metaphysicians. They were the word is going to come to me in a minute. They were mystics. And so now you're starting to study more of the mystical and integrate it with your understanding. And then what happens is you start to say, I need to forgive. I need to forgive. I need to forgive. And then, but you haven't rolled up out the reason why you pissed off, why you're angry, why you're enraged. Why? Because it's not nice to really talk about what you're hating, even if it's yourself, or even if it's your mother, or even if it's somebody who you felt like did right by you or rescued you. You damn sure aren't going to talk about somebody that rescued you if you came from an extreme situation. So then what do you do with that? You try to get okay far too fast. Okay, and number 3, you have to give yourself permission to feel. You have to give yourself permission to feel. Many of you who don't finish your coaching, who say I got it, it's not because of the money. It's not because of I need to apply it. It's not because of those things. It's because you say you're ready, but you don't know what ready really looks like. Because ready is the ability to stay with it when the comfort zone gets uncomfortable. But many black women, the truth, you know I do this. The truth is, many of you are comfortable. So you don't have to really do the work. You don't have to stay with it. Because at the end of the day, you can go back to your 2-3 car garage home. You can go back to your lounge and your chase. You got your federal government benefits. You can go, or you have your husband and the benefits of being his wife. You have many, or you were the child that could always go and ask mama and daddy for a loan, even if you're damn near 50. You are comfortable. You are comfortable. And you're comfortable, and comfortable is your hiding place. So yeah, I might come as intense or doing the work. You're not scared of me. You're not scared of your sensuality and sexuality, boo. You're not scared of really leaving the job. You're scared of leaving your comfort zone. And that's okay as long as you know it. As long as you know it, then now you get to choose. But when you choose, don't call it something else, because then you become a liar. Give yourself permission to feel it all and ride it out. And some of the things you won't be able to do by yourself. It's okay to let your innocence in, to invite the little girl who wants somebody to hold her hand when she's crossing the street. Would you let your little girl cross the street when traffic is coming? Then by herself, the one that you bore. Would you let your baby cross the street without you holding her hand? No, you wouldn't do it. And if you would do it, then you need another kind of therapy. You need to be on another kind of broadcast. But we do that to the little girls inside of us all the time. Because we don't know how to say, hold my hand. So on this number 3, it doesn't matter what society says about the people that you should not have the feeling or the experiences that you should be over with or whatever they say. You have to feel it with a purpose. Know that you're feeling it with a purpose, but also know when you're feeling it with a purpose and not with punishment. You can feel anger and rage without needing to punish someone. That's when dark energy becomes real dark. This is hard for good girls to understand, or girls who have done something that they feel bad or wrong about because of the choices that they made, and because we have been taught so much in the context of good and bad. And so good girls and born again good girls even have a hard time really saying, I am still hurt because of what happened to me at 3 or 7. And I'm telling you, it's a disservice when we should on ourselves. Don't should on yourself, boo. Now, ask for help. You know, it said, ask and it shall be given. Notice that in the it shall be given, there's no timeline to that. So that means in the middle of you catching up with your manifestation, you got to believe that it's already happening right now. Right now. Not based on what you see. Not based on what's on your bank account. And when you believe like that, then you can start taking steps outside of your comfort zone. You can take risks that don't make sense, even if the risk is investing in yourself. The risk is, it could start off with showing up in a Facebook group. This is why you can't come into Good Girls Gone Goddess anymore and just come in and just slide on into the background and no, because your absence is felt. You matter. How many things have you started and did not complete? I don't care what it is. It's an energy. And the energy breaks down your trust of yourself. You may think it's because you don't trust other people. You may think it's because you're trying to qualify who you're going to spend your money with, who you're going to spend your time with. You may think that. And that feeds more denial. You have to do something outside of your comfort zone as a way of life. Do you think that when I got ready to move to Costa Rica that I didn't already know that there was going to be resistance? But the first thing I had to handle was my own resistance, my own fears. There are people who still don't understand. I don't get it. As if they fed, fucked, or financed me. I don't get why you're moving to Costa Rica. I didn't, mind you, they weren't there when Verizon was due. They didn't kiss me to go to sleep at night. Why would you do that? Oh, that's just so far. But all of this stuff. But I answered a call outside of my comfort zone because I made a decision that I shall not die an unlived life. I would rather take the risk for the things that I'm thinking about doing rather than look back at 60 or 70 years old and say, I wish I had, I wish I could have. That's what our denial, our distractions, and our constant delay. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready, coach. I'm getting ready. I'm coming. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. How you gonna get ready, boo? You just gotta get in there. You gotta get in the game and off of the sidelines. And the game of life is not played by watching it on Real Housewives of Atlanta, on Love and Hip Hop, on Scandal, on Empire. Because see, they're in the game, building an empire. Shonda Rhimes has built her empire. She could walk away and go and don't ever have to write another damn thing. Her royalty check is going to be amazing. But yet you watch Shonda Rhimes instead of saying, okay, I am about to be the next Shonda Rhimes. Or maybe I can be mentored by Shonda Rhimes. Or maybe I can... And guess what? Mentorship does not always have to mean that you're up in somebody's face. But you study. Some of you are doing that, who are showing up, who are asking questions, who are doing what you can at your level. There are levels to this shit. So I forgot to do a disclaimer. I am reverend and I curse. I am ordained and purpose and I can pray. I am all of these things. I am sensual and modest. I am freaky and I'm appropriate. And I know where to lay it down. But this is me. This is my ministry. Because many of us have put ourselves in far too many boxes. And they've become our prisons. I know why the caged bird sings. I am not coming to you because of some damn book I read. I'm not coming to you because my heart is broken and I want to save the world and be the martyr. I'm not doing that. No, I have put in some work. And I don't say that with arrogance. I say that with confidence. Finally, thank you, God. Yes. And last but not least, on that note, there is a paying of your dues. And it's not a paying of your dues as though you owe somebody else. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to vote yes when everything around you is screaming no. You owe it to yourself. The paying your dues is what you have to pay to yourself for all of the years for the deposits that have been taken out of your spiritual bank account. You owe it to yourself to invest in yourself. Now, I'm going to be making you an offer at the end of this. Those of you who stay with me, I'm going to look back and see who showed up, even on the broadcast. I will do a special broadcast just for those people and before I announce it to the public. But I'm telling you, it is a life changer. I don't care if you have worked with me before. I've been born again. You've been born again. The moment that you decide to enter into the mother's womb, where is the mother? It is the feminine. It is you. And so it's time for you to stop talking about it, running around about it, spinning around about it, waiting for something to just magically come. You have to happen to life, no matter what has happened in your life. It's time for you to start happening to life instead of waiting for life to happen for you. My accountability partner says she could feel my urgency when I'm talking to women, when I'm doing, but this is a call out. Coming out. Removing the obstacles to you showing up in 2016. There's a basics to manifestation. And we try to skip the basics and go into advanced before we've done the basic training. Boo! No! I love y'all. Thank you for sticking with me. Again, I don't know how long this time has gone today. Has this been useful to you today? The basics of manifesting? Oh, thank you. Great stuff. You love me. I love you too, sweetheart. I love you too. I love you too. All right. Well, some of you are doing private coaching with me. Some of you will be entering into this next thing that I have for you. But I'm going to have a little something in the middle. I'm telling you, it's orgasmic. I revealed it to my husband yesterday. I was jumping all around. I was shouting, baby. I was shouting. I could get up and shout right now. When that song say, praise him in advance. No. Praise the holy I am. I'm praising the God in me because I was available to be able to hear. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Contact me on the other side. Join Good Girls Gone Goddess. Let's continue to love on each other through this. Continue to share your awarenesses. Let yourself be seen, be visible, be vocal in the spaces that are designed to be capable community. Have a wonderful day. Happy Friday.